Hello, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and welcome to College of Lake County online classes you're taking me in the 800 series. This is Business 121 online Introduction to Business. And today, this is your first week. For many of you, you already got my orientation. You looked at my orientation, and this is going to be a quick overview. Every week, we're going to have a real quick overview. What's going to be happening with the chapter, how you're doing, how you're not doing, what other areas you should focus on. I usually try to keep these under 10 minutes, and this one may be a little bit longer just because I want to make sure that you understand thoroughly what you need to do. Okay, so let's go in here. I'm going to, for this one, I'll just pick up the, what do you call it, the first one on here. Whether you're, so you're already logged into Blackboard, you're already watching this, you're already in here, so you already know how to get into there, so that's not going to be an issue. And let's see, so I'm in here. Remember, everything that you needed in your first week, you had your orientation if you already did. I assume you already did that. You have your forums. This is a direct link. I'll explain later that everything that I have set up in Blackboard will be found in this weekly homework assignment module. Everything. But some of you who've already are familiar with Blackboard would like to get in a different way, or you're using your smartphone and or your what do you call it, iTablet or tablets through an app. One thing I want you to remember, that an application, an app on your smartphone or your tablet is not the full version program. It basically is a mini program. So you could do some of the forms, you could do some of the responses. You may not be able to do all your quizzes, everything through an app. Remember, the apps are free. It's a smaller version, okay? Now, so you're going to go in here, you got the forms, you already looked at the feasibility, that's for your research paper. I'll start looking at some of the stuff on here, because when you click on this feasibility, what do we have in here? It has everything else you're going to need for your final paper. Some want to get a head start. Next week, week 2, because this is an 8-week course, so it's going to be 16 weeks condensed in 8 weeks. It's like a summer class. You're going to do the same amount of work, only in a shorter time. So you had a little free time at the beginning of the semester, and now you're at the end of the semester, so you're going to do as much work as you would in the 16-week course. You're getting the same credit, you're getting the same units. This is a transferable class, whether it's a 4-week or, I mean, a 8-week or a 16-week, so you have to have the same kind of requirement. You already looked at the syllabi and everything else. Always remember, you have your PowerPoints here for each chapter I have set up. You have contents for your iPad if you want it. It's set up in a little different format through Blackboard for those who want to utilize that feature. You have your help buttons, you have your course rubrics, and let's go right into the weekly assignment. So here's our first week. In your first week, what you're going to find, you see all this, but when you're going to go into your weekly assignment, and you don't have to be aware of any of this stuff except this weekly assignment. Everything that you're going to need is going to be in this weekly assignment. Okay, but when we talk about the additional resources, that's when you go in here. So you're going to click on your first week, okay, and then I'm going to have an overview. This is a pre-overview. Most of you I already sent you an email on this. I'm not going to go into that, but you're going to have an overview for a week. What a lot of students have found out that they like to find out, this is section 804, it should have been 805, but what you're going to find out that you're going to have all the information that you need right in here. Okay, your quizzes. So students will print this out, and if you're on the main campus, you have so many free copies with your student ID when you print out, either in the library, I think it is at the library or some of the other stations. But so this week is worth like 55 points. So you're going to have your Connect, you're going to have your Blackboard quizzes, you can have your forums, and basic housekeeping information. So utilize this, and you can just check it off for the week. When you go into your weekly modules, so I'm going to go back into week 1. But before I go on, if you notice here, what you're going to find out is that you can put a profile. This is a new version of Blackboard, and it allows you to have a profile. So if I go into profile, let's look at the profile. Go in here, and you can always change your profile by clicking on here. And a profile, put your picture in here. Now, some students will pick the pictures them fishing, or some students will put a picture of them with their boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, that's up to you. Now, one thing you have to remember, when you set your profile, you just copy it, change a picture, you put a picture, most of us have the smartphone, so you can take a click, put the picture in there. Put a picture that's business professional. Now, you have the option to do institutional, it means anyone in Blackboard will be able to see it, or private, it's only going to be within this class. So it's your option. But here's what I want to stress with the profile. Put something that's appropriate. If it's an inappropriate profile, I'll notify Blackboard, and they'll take the profile off. I can tell you that right now. You want to use this profile as another way to let people out to know, hey, I'm George Mochocki, I'm going for business, or I'm going for nursing, or I'm going for marketing, or I'm a liberal arts student, or whatever. It's another way, because you never know who, especially in an online class, we're going to talk about networking. You never know how many people within your class may be looking for someone. So if you have a real raunchy, for lack of better words, or not a very professional type of a profile or picture up there, this may be your next job. It may be your next opening. Okay, so I'm not going to go in there. And if you really look at it, so I'm going to, let's see, submit. I'm going to leave everything on there, and you put whatever you want. And remember, when you look at your major profile, here it also has a calendar. It tells you everything, not only for my course, but for other Blackboard courses. So go into Blackboard Learn, and it'll show you how to upload a profile and everything else. Okay, so let's go back to our class now. We're going to go into, which one did I say? I'll use 804. Okay, so now we're at 804, 805, or most of my 800 series, you're taking me online, are all going to be the same format. Okay, it works well. I've been teaching online and face-to-face for a long time, if you read my bio, so I already know what works and what makes it easier. So I'm going to go into my weekly assignment. Okay, we clicked on our weekly assignment. You have the overview you already printed out. You're always going to have this short video. The one you're looking at now is going to be updated. You're going to have a forum. Remember, and this week it's going to be a real easy forum. You're going to click on the forum, and I got a link that tells you how to communicate within the forum. Now, my forums are graded, and they're worth anywhere from 5 to 20 points or 25 points. Some of the forums you'll have one forum or you have two forums. When you have the two forums, you have a major forum and a minor forum. A minor forum may be like a water cooler. Any questions? This first forum, you're just going to go in there, and I want you to learn. So you're going to click into the forums, and if you click into the forums, you're going to go in here, and it's already here. This is going to tell you about what's required of my forums. And I want a brief introduction and right now, you're just going to make friends because you're going to have a lot of going on. I want you to start experimenting, looking within Blackboard. But the first form, hey, my name is George, and what I want you to do is after you do your posts, you're required to keep on replying to, you're required to log in 3 different times within the week. I give you a little break the first week. So your first post to my questions, I always have a question, it should be by Tuesday midnight. Otherwise, points are taken off. And within the forms, if you're going to go into the forms, here's a quick introduction. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to show you. Within the forms, you will reply, you'll create a thread, you put in the subject area, hi, I'm George, I like sports, I like whatever, and then you'll hit submit, and then other individuals will reply to you. And then that's how you're going to create a network. This is similar to what you'd be doing in a business, communicating both in a virtual office and that has both online component or email or Skype or what do you call it, social media, or face-to-face. Okay, so we're all set up. So you have the forms, you click on that, and then look at the rubric. There's always a rubric attached to it, so it tells you how I'm grading you. I'm grading everyone similar with the rubric. Okay, so we're going to go back into the forms. I'm not going to create the forms. I'm going to go back into my weekly assignments. Okay, and I'm starting this. So you already had the form. We're 20 points. You want to make, these are easy points, and it's points. This first week is just going to be introduction. Next week we're going to be talking about the subject matter. Start thinking about what kind of a business or venture you're going to be opening up. That you're going to be. You're not going to be doing a full business plan in this class. You're going to be doing a feasibility study. It's going to be the first step in a business plan. So you're going to have to do a lot of research information. But it could be a new business. It could be an existing business that you're going to be expanding to another market, or it could be a new product or service that you're going to be expanding another market or creating. That's what your feasibility. You want to make sure, first of all, is it sustainable? Could you make money off of it? Okay. And then the next one you have is, let's see, so you have your form. You're always going to have a Connect homework assignment. When I look at my Connect homework assignment, this is my message. If I look at my Connect homework assignment, It's required. You're not going to pass this class without Connect. Connect is the McGraw-Hill software, and it comes with bundled with the book, and I already did that in the orientation. So when you have the passcode, how do I get in it? The first homework assignment you're going to get in here is worth, you're going to have one that's worth 10 points, and the other one is worth 15 points. The minute you click into this Connect, it's going to ask you for the passcode that came with the bundled book that you purchased at the College of Lake County. Put in that passcode, and from that point on, you no longer need the passcode. But you should always go through the homework assignment, because this class is paired with your Connect, because you may have other Connect homework assignments from other classes that you are utilizing McGraw-Hill Publishers Connect software. And if you're using another software like Centage or Thompson, they have their own version, kind of like a Connect integrated software. Okay, so you click on there, you do the Connect. The Connect will allow you, I set it up that you can do it 2 times. The first time you can go through it, and like if you do this one the first time, you have 10 points, and you finish, you go through it all, and then you click and it's finished, and submit it, and then you see the score. And if it's not the score you like, let's say you get 5 out of 10, you could go back again and after you submit it and retake it the second time, because the way it's set up that it will record the highest grade that you have. You have as long as you want once you click and Connect, as long as you don't sign out, to complete the homework at time. Do not wait till the last minute. Now, I set up the Connect to be turned off by Sunday midnight. Once it's off, it's off. Forget the Connect. You're not getting those points back. Part of the whole, this class here, it's a business class, is to teach you not only the subject matter, but to teach you emotional intelligence, which is social skills that's acceptable in business. And this one social skill that I'm learning by turning off the weekly assignments and turning back when the assignment is due is your time management. Okay, so you have the 2 of them. And then if you look up in here, you see now I'll go back to my week 1. So I already had the Connect. Make sure you do the Connect. Then the next thing you have is your quizzes. Actually, I would recommend do the Connect first before the quizzes. You know, sometimes things don't work out well. You have to do it all at once. But the Connect will prepare you for the quizzes. Now when you click on the quizzes, now the quizzes are a one-time deal. These are Blackboard quizzes. So when you go in there, I set them up for 60 minutes, and sometimes it may be an hour or 2, depending on how many chapters I'll be covering. Going down the road, you will have some Connect and some quizzes, or you may have all Connects and all quizzes at the same time. It depends. Remember, I'm not going to burn you out with quizzes and Connect, but it's a different way of learning. So some of my Connects are set up that they're going to be interactive, drag and drop. Others are going to be set up with videos in there. Another one, part of the Connect program is a Learn Smart. And we'll do that when I get to Learn Smart. I'll explain that in the next quick overview. Okay, you're always going to have my mind maps. And then what I'm going to be presenting, you're going to have a whole section of mini lectures that are going to be lasting about 10 to 20 minutes just on the subject matter. So chapter 1, I'll have a mini lecture. Chapter 2, I'll have a mini lecture. And if you have chapter 3, you have a mini lecture. That's what I'm going to work. But you always have the mind maps, and I have what do you call it, a link here created to the mind maps. But if I'm going to go to the mind maps, and the mind maps and concept maps is just another way of looking. So if I'm looking at an overview mind map, and I'll just use this one, so it'll basically tell you what this whole chapter, what this course is about. Just like I would do a presentation. So it tells you about the financing, the resources. This is your book in a different way of looking information. What I would recommend students to print out the mind map and add information as you need it. Okay, so I'm going to close the mind map, and now I'm going to go back into my weekly assignments because I did the link, so I'm going to go back into my weekly assignments. And you have the mind maps, and you also have your PowerPoints and the quizzes. And that's about it for this week. So welcome to this course. It looks like it's challenging. It looks like there's a lot of information. All your work will be found under your weekly assignments, so do not fret. You will do very well in this class. And again, welcome to Introduction to Business, an 800 series that I, Dr. George Mochocki, am teaching. There's other instructors. So when you have my courses, they're all laid out the same. Whether you take me for online or face-to-face, you're always going to have some Blackboard component. This is a new one. Make sure you update your profile. I'll give you some points if I see that your picture's in there. And remember, a picture and a little note about yourself, and try to keep the pictures clean. and try to keep your pictures professional. There are a lot of individuals, you could do it just for the class, for the whole Blackboard community to look if they want to find out about you. You never know who is looking for someone to hire. If I know you're a business major, if I know you're a marketing major, or a nursing major, or an arts major, or whatever discipline you're at, this may be another way to get somebody to say, hey, I really like that person. I like his face or her face, and I like the little bio they wrote about themselves, and let me see if I can make a connection with them, because he may be or she may be the type of person I'm looking for. So again, welcome to a completely virtual online. For some of you, this is the first time online class. This is the first time at the College of Lake County, so I'll work with you the first week. But remember, this class is going fast. You should have some basic knowledge of utilizing Blackboard. You should have some, there's training. You should have some basic knowledge in how to move around, or some computer skills. Don't tell me I don't know how to log in, I don't know how to attach things. Then an online class may not be the class for you. You are required to be in the forums. If you're not doing the forums, when it comes for the third week or second week, we're going to say, is George Mochocki, student, actually attending this class? If you're not in the forums, just like you're not showing up into the class. The forums replace the lecture in a face-to-face class. This will improve on your writing skills. This will improve on your communication skills within a virtual office. All right? So I'll see you in the forums, and look around. Click. Everything else is in here. It's not as bad. After the first week, second week, it'll be a breeze. And for some of you who are already online or taking other online class, you may be able to help some other students within this course. Have a nice day, and welcome to a new virtual experience.